This is my baby. This is the Gillette Children's Hospital mural done by kids out of Gillette Hospital. And this is what these kids are talking about. Their families, hope, their mom, their friends. There's parts that say stay nice, you know, and I just took pieces of their stuff and collaged it together to make this happen. My name is Ta-coumba Aiken. I'm a painter, muralist, public artist, they call me. I do large-scale pieces like parking ramps in mosaic or cast stone or glass, but I really love to paint. I paint all the time. I have to paint. That's what I'm painting now. This is the Lower Town Loft. I have a 1,800 square foot space. I want my place to be sort of like a gallery. Walls so I can hang things up and look at them and study them. But most of my house is just studio. I love to work and I can take all this stuff down and do a show easily. I create pieces that come together into a story. So it's sort of like the spirit. You don't know a person totally, but there's something that connects. It's like my paintings. You don't know the painting yet, but there's something that'll call you one little specific thing, and then it invites you in and you see more. I had to create some fabric designs that had African kind of motifs in them. And then I realized in African design, there's a repetitive kind of movement, and it's a movement that moves upward. So I started creating these things called patterns, and then the word rhythm pattern came out in my mind, and so then I just would make a line, repeat it, make another line, repeat it, and it has evolved into this, and actually it's evolved into other paintings of mine that you might not even see the rhythm pattern anymore, but it starts with the rhythm pattern. This is a skeleton for all my work. I create my art to heal the hearts and souls of people by evoking a positive spirit. There is something for everybody, but it might just be one thing that draws you in and then allows you into a world as you agree to journey into it. A lot of mine have to do with my mother or angel-like kind of things. This is sort of a continuous angel series. My mother was a healer, so. Some things I don't know how they get there, but they come out of me. Because I have a skewed vision with color, I do things in black and white first, and then I color them in like a coloring book. I found out it was a neurological disorder that I had from falling 13 feet on my head when I was 11. What I thought was identifying colors from the bottles. But every time I do that, I try to create. So I have to stop and do black and white to calm down and then let it happen. Maybe it's some spiritual kind of connection that comes out. I paint without my glasses on. I paint with and without my glasses. When I take my glasses off, I do a thing called tracing with white lines because I start to see faces in other stories. I have no idea what they are. I just trace them. I have totally faith. I just do it. And all these magnificent things come out. For somebody to ask me to do my work in context of what they're doing, about people, about housing, about sustainability, you know, about violence, about health. That's where I want my work to be seen. Only way I can make that happen is to keep doing my work and for people to keep reinterpreting how it should be used. My whole body of work is a combination of my individual and my collaboration. I kind of value the collaboration spirit. I created a mural on Pilot City Regional Center because I could see it from down the street, and it was this beautiful facade. Kids identified their home finally as this is the place I live, and with pride. So then I realized these murals that I was creating were like beacon points and sometimes ways of getting back home when you couldn't find. Little kids wander a little too far, they could always say, I live by the mural with the lady with the sun behind her head. I did an Absolute Vodka ad. I don't even know how I got that, but it's called Absolute Aiken. The grain elevator in Good Thunder was big time, and it was big time for a very unusual thing. Because of the drought, there were people coming from Iowa, South Dakota, North Dakota, Kansas, doing the story of how this drought and trying to follow where it's gonna go. And then this one guy stopped by and said, we need a good story. So all of a sudden, I finished the grain elevator. I get a 2-page spread in the Tribune, a 2-page spread in the St. Paul Pioneer Press. That was phenomenal. Now I'm going to start creating things that are like icons, like the ripple effect. And this is the celebration, rejoice thing combined. Usually there's just a face that's created inside of these hands outside of here, but this is something very new. Never seen this before, so I'm kind of excited I'm always excited to see something new, and believe me, only about 20% of what I do is the same as what I've done before in one painting, and then it just expands. It's just like life, breathing. I don't try to do anything actually. That's not a lazy statement. It's just the best way for me to get the best result is to let go. Well, I hope my work heals people. I hope my work makes people think and have dialogue, and I want people to walk away happy to take a breath, happy to be on this planet contributing, and happy to know that there's at least one person, because this painting said so, that's there for them 100%. Could be a little bit grandiose, but I think it's still grandiose in a very small way. I consider what I do one grain of sand on a beach, a beautiful beach. I'm proud to create that one grain of sand. I'm absolutely proud to create that.
Minnesota Original is made possible by the Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund and the citizens of Minnesota.